Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr. P. Samuel, Assistant Professor of Biotechnology of Ayanadar Janaki College, Sivagasi. Through this tutorial, we are going to discuss something about the pathogenesis of COVID-19. So, the word may be new to some of you. What is pathogenesis? Pathogenesis refers to spread of infection. It refers to the spread. Spread in the sense not in man to man contact, right? It doesn't mean how it spread from human being to human being. Rather, it refers to how the virus or the infection spread within the human body. This is called pathogenesis. As you all quite know that the birthplace of coronavirus, right? It is Wuhan, a city known for illegal market, and the term COVID-19 refers to the disease. Since it was first identified in the year 2019, we used to call the disease as COVID-19. COVID stands for coronavirus infectious disease. Coronavirus infectious disease, right? And the causative agent of the disease is NCOV, which refers to novel coronavirus, right? Novel coronavirus. And regarding its origin, as we discussed in the previous slide, so COVID-19 is originated from the city called Wuhan, present in China, right? So, with specific to its biological origin, some people are telling that coronavirus are originated from snakes, right? And few records are saying that coronavirus are originated in birds or pangolins, bats or pangolins, right? So bats, it is the term may be known to everyone because of the Ebola virus, right? The virus which threatens the whole world a couple of years back. And pangolins are known for its medicinal property. The scales over the animal are believed to possess medicinal values. That's why these animals are hunted by the poachers and brought to the market for illegal trading. And the first infection was confirmed in Wuhan. A team of or a crew of 30 people who experienced pneumonia-like symptoms during the early stage of coronavirus infection. But at that time, people do not know it is a virus infection. They thought it was pneumonia, right? And this particular coronavirus is not only infect human beings, but it also infect animals, right? We have strong evidence in our newspaper that coronavirus seems to infect Asiatic lions, right? Asiatic lions, and these viruses are spread from one human being to another human being, and it is a member of SARS virus, severe acute respiratory syndrome, which means the virus which specifically target on the respiratory system of an individual, right? It specifically target on the lungs of human beings, not other organs. But reports are saying that coronavirus widely infect major organs of the human body. That we will discuss it in the next slide, right? But the primary target of the coronavirus is lungs. See, we are living in technology enabled world, right? But still researchers are trying to find out how these virus jumps from pangolin to human beings. right? One prominent reason may be the phenomenon called mutation, right? Because in a book called Textbook of Microbiology by Ananthanarayanan and Panikkar, this particular coronavirus was included under the miscellaneous virus category, right? தமிழில் சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா மிசலேனியஸ் எக்ஸ்பென்சஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு வார்த்தை நம்ம கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்போம். அதற்கு இணையான தமிழ் பதம் என்ன அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இதர செலவுகள் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். அதே மாதிரி அந்த புக்கில் மேஜர் வைரஸஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிவிட்டு கடைசியாக அந்த வைரஸை போட்டிருப்பாங்க, இந்த கொரோனா வைரஸை போட்டிருப்பாங்க. எந்த யூனிட்டில் அப்படின்னா இந்த மிசலேனியஸ் வைரஸ் அப்படிங்கிற சாப்டரில். பட் நவ் ரைட், the virus is shaking the entire globe. Even very well developed countries are also very scared about this particular virus. What is the reason behind this transformation? How this miscellaneous virus is transformed into a deadly virus? The one probable reason from a biologist's perspective is mutation, right? How it spread? The primary route of infection spread is airborne mode. It's spread by air. So when a diseased individual coughs or sneezes in an environment, the infectious agent along with the respiratory secretion enter into the atmosphere, right? The air carry the infectious agent along with the respiratory secretion to a healthy individual, right? So this is how the infection spread among the human population. But alarming report given by WHO. So what is the alarming report, right? See, 10% of the infections are from people who do not exhibit any symptoms. How this particular virus infection is diagnosed by a doctor, right? The infected individual shows the following symptoms like headache, sore throat, fever, severe body pain, and even suffocation in acute stages, right? But these asymptomatic people are called as carriers. They carry the infectious virus within them, but they do not exhibit any symptoms. So wherever they go, right, whomever they meet, they unknowingly spread the infection to other people. So these kind of people are called as asymptomatic people who do not show any symptoms to the world, right? Fine. And in the previous slide, I think about 2 slides back, I told you that the major organs, right, the major pivotal organ for the infection is lungs, right? But along with lungs, there are other organs are also infected by this coronavirus. They are lungs, kidney, heart, right, blood vessels, and even the brain, right? It has a wide range of organs specificity, right? It infects almost all pivotal organs of the biological system. Fine. Imagine this as the coronavirus, because it is developed using the Microsoft PowerPoint tool. So imagine this as coronavirus. Fine. When this particular virus is expelled, right, or sneezed by a diseased individual, right, this particular virus released into the ecosystem along with the respiratory secretion, right? And this total structure is called droplet nuclei. Fine. This is a mucus layer within which the virus is protected. So this is how it enters into the ecosystem when expelled, when coughed or sneezed by a diseased individual. This mucus layer protects the virus from environmental factors for few hours, right? When this structure is inhaled by the healthy individual, when it is inhaled by the healthy individual, what happens? This virus gain access into the respiratory tract of human beings. Actually, the problem with the people is actually the total course period of this infection is 14 days. Majority of the people, only because of their negligence, right? Only because of their negligence, they go and meet the doctor after 8th day or 9th day of infection. People thought that the fever may be a seasonal fever, the cough may be due to contamination in water and all, right? But we should not treat these symptoms in a simple way. If we experience any one of the symptoms like sore throat, right, body pain, prolonged headache, fever, right, if we experience these kind of symptoms, it is advisable to go and meet the doctor or the physician immediately. But most of the people, because of their negligence, they are consulting their physician after 9th day. You know one thing, after 8th day or 9th day, the virus started to access into the lower respiratory tract of the individual, right? So before 8th day or 9th day, it is in the upper respiratory tract. After 8th day, the infection proceeds up to the lower respiratory tract of the human body. So it is very advisable to every individual that if any one of us experience the kind of symptoms which I mentioned earlier, right, he or she should go and meet the family doctor or the physician immediately, right? If we go and consult with the doctor before the 2nd day or 3rd day, right, the individual is recovered. Otherwise, it is definitely, I am definitely sure about that, the infection spread throughout the lungs, and it is difficult for the doctor to recover or make the patient to recover from the infection. Fine. See, like HIV, I am saying, for example, in HIV, it prefer a receptor called CD4 receptors, right, which is expressed only on T4 cells. Like that, this coronavirus is also infect cells with specific kind of receptor called ACE receptor. ACE receptor. What is ACE receptor? Angiotensin converting enzyme to receptor. See, this virus do not disturb other cells. If a cell is lacking this ACE2 receptor, means the cell is not affected by the coronavirus. If a cell exhibiting the ACE2 receptor on its surface, the virus binds to the receptor and started to penetrate into the cell and multiplies. And how the infection proceeds? After attachment, right, this novel coronavirus attaches to the ACE2 receptor. After attachment, right, the virus penetrate into the cell, the target cell, and takes up the host cell machinery, right? Because if it is in the bloodstream or if it is in the respiratory tract, it will be easily killed by the secretory immunoglobulins. It will be easily neutralized by the secretory immunoglobulins of the mucus layer. To escape from the host defense mechanism, what actually this virus do, it infects the cells with ACE2 receptors, right? Soon after infection, the virus protrude into the cell to hide itself from host defense mechanism, right? So it is necessary to find the infection at its early stage. Otherwise, it is very difficult to save the individual. See, this is how the infection spreads. Once it reaches the trachea, the virus gradually access into the uh, other areas of lungs in a short span of time, right? See the previous slide, it is in the trachea, and on the subsequent days it gradually moves down, right? It enters into the bronchus, right? This is called trachea, and this bifurcation is called bronchus, and these structures are called as bronchioles, right? This is known to everyone, bronchioles. So the virus gradually gain access into the lower respiratory tract, into the lungs also, right? See, now you could see the virus particle all through the lungs. And in a normal condition, right, what is the role of lungs, right? Lungs is like a bag, air bag, like, and in a normal condition, what actually happen? Oxygen crosses the alveoli into the capillaries. From capillaries, the oxygen is transported to all part of the body. So this is what normally happen, right? Where lungs is the site of gaseous exchange or gas exchange. The oxygen what we consumed into the lungs, right, is exchanged into the alveoli. So from the alveoli it is transported to the capillaries. Capillaries in turn transport the oxygen to every part of the body. And in the case of COVID-19, right, the war between the immune system and the invader, the coronavirus, disrupt the healthy oxygen transfer. So this is what the problem. This leads to suffocation, right? Severe suffocation. The infected individual unable to breathe normally, right? And defense cells like white blood cells release inflammatory molecules called chemokines, right, which in turn recruit other immune cells to the target and kill the virus infected cells, leaving a fluid or pus around it. So here the healthy alveoli cells are damaged by the invader, and this damage could result in the release of a chemical substance called chemokine. The chemokine in turn recruit other immune cells to the site of infection. As a result, pus is accumulated in the lungs, which leads to a small or a barrier for the transfer of oxygen into the capillaries. So as we discussed in the first point of the slide, that capillaries transfer oxygen to several parts of the body. So due to the accumulation of the fluid or pus in the lungs, the infected individual is unable to breathe in a normal pattern. So this is how the infection spread. Thank you for watching this video. I am sure we will meet in yet another video with an interesting topic. Stay connected with me. Bye-bye.